I haven't worn a headset like this since I used to operate the original 3-train Vampire at Chessington. Crazy.
Local celeb. Right, well, good evening everyone. Thank you very mumuch for coming. I hope you've all had a good day. Sounds like you have in Tornado Springs or the park. All had a good day?
Yeah!
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much for coming to our Superfans event. We are really excited to have so many of you here and experiencing everything that the park has to offer. So we do have some quite exciting things to show you during the presentation. But first of all, we wanted to touch on why we wanted to do the event. So, at Paultons, we're all really coaster enthusiasts, theme park enthusiasts. We love visiting other parks across Europe, across the world, seeing other attractions and enjoying theme parks. Don't we, Gary?
We do indeed, yes. Love it.
And I'm sure we'll all be up there having a go on Hyperia as well. Probably not on opening day like a lot of you will be.
Is anyone booked in for opening day next week? Okay, good.
Very good.
Enjoy that, guys.
Enjoy that. So, also we want to connect with you. We want to, get to know you because theme parks are a massive part of your life. They're a massive part of our life, and it's important that you have the opportunity to engage with us, speak to us, get to know us as operators of a theme park, and share your views, share your opinions, and we all enjoy reading your views and opinions on the forums.
We do, very much so. Some of them we like, some of them not so much.
Yeah. But, good opinions and opinions. So yeah, like I said, connecting with you. That's what this event is all about, making new friends and opening a dialogue with you.
Which we've definitely done today. It was really cool, and I know Matt from engineering has enjoyed spending time with you guys at some of the rides that we've done, and that's all about this, and we want to do it more. So yeah, that's been a good day.
I've never seen the engineers so excited and happy to show people. That's exactly. Yeah. They did a fantastic job showing you around. I know that you all enjoyed it a lot, so big thanks to them. And also, we hope to run more of these events in the future. Invite you down, share our love of theme parks, share our updates, show you what we're doing, and allow you to have a great day out. At the end, there will be a chance for you to ask me and Gary some questions. Some of them we may not answer.
There has been a lot of questions swerving today. I don't want any more questions about wooden roller coasters.
Yeah, please.
Where is Romy? Where are you?
So first of all, a little bit about the history of Paultons Park. So for those of you who don't know the history, my parents, along with my grandparents, opened a park in 1983. Started as a park and bird gardens and remained that way for a few years, adding a number of attractions. And as the decades rolled on by, we added more bigger rides until in 1999 we added the Raging River Ride, which is our first major attraction at the park. And the first time, so I've heard that we've seen people run to an attraction, and that was a light bulb moment for a certain someone sat at the back. Of course, 2011, a big turning point for the park, the opening of Peppa Pig World. It's no great secret that doubled our attendance from 500,000 people a year to around 1 million people a year, and from a business point of view that's obviously a fantastic thing to achieve. However, it came with its own challenges, its own infrastructure challenges. Our infrastructure was not designed for 1 million people a year, so we did a lot of work.
Queue lines, throughput, ride staff, efficiency, it's all been worked on over since Peppa. It's been what we've been trying to improve on, and as we go through you'll see all the bits and pieces that we've done to try and make the park much more compatible for bigger numbers.
Yeah, absolutely, and that process really kicked off with a brand new F&B building right next to Peppa because we needed to feed people. We needed to get rid of people's waste. We are not on mains drainage, so we have a treatment plant on site where all the poo goes, and that gets taken away. But that was treating as well, so that had to be sorted out, quite important. And also the main entrance building that you came through today, we were putting 1 million people through what were essentially old farm buildings, so that had to change, and that did change quite quickly, but now a fantastic facility to welcome so many guests to the park. And of course, Pepper's not all bad. It did allow us to do some fantastic things, Lost Kingdom, Pretty Creek, and Lost Kingdom is really the start of our big themed areas that we're sort of known for now. And yeah, allowed us to talk to a slightly older age group. Obviously, they're still family coasters, they're not thrill rides, but expanded our age demographic a little bit so that we could keep people here after Pepper a little bit longer. And of course, you know, from a business point of view, that's what we want to do. Want people here with bumps on seats. The Japanese gardens on there is something that's obviously quite important to us. When we took out Lost Kingdom, we removed our old original Japanese garden, and the gardens are a super important part of what makes us so different and so special. And we wanted to reinvest, so made a brand new Japanese garden in the garden area. And you'll see that around the park. If we take, you know, a green space out, we like to try and, you know, put a green space back in, or do some landscaping around somewhere to make sure that we're not just creating a concrete jungle, and it's a nice atmosphere to be in. Have to talk about Tornado Springs, of course. Fantastic area, big investment for the park, our biggest investment to date, with fantastic attractions. Yeah, really proud of what we created there. We think it's probably the best themed area in the UK, but you be the judge of that. And you invited the right people. And of course, you've seen Splash Lagoon, and we have some exciting news to share with you about the next couple of years as well.
Sorry, lads, did everyone get onto Splash today? Yeah! It's cool, isn't it? Yeah. For what we see as a minor investment, it's a brilliant little ride. We're really cool to have it in the lineup. Yeah, we're really proud of it. The team, gardens team, engineering team that have worked on it have done a fantastic job creating that experience, and you do get wet on it, which I think a few of you have found out. It's a bit shocking. Not as wet as you did?
Yeah, not as wet as we did, yeah. My first go on it, I had to go home. So. And this is how the park looks today. We're very lucky to be the only theme park in the UK within a national park, within the New Forest, and that reflects within everything we do. We're always very sympathetic towards the area that we inhabit, and again that goes back to the gardens and everything else that we do. So we're very lucky to have such a stunning backdrop. Something else we wanted to touch on is a scheme or a sort of set of targets we set ourselves at the start of last year called the Paultons Promise. Yes, this is a lot around the environment. We consume a lot of power at the park, it's no great shock to you, but we're very conscious of that, and we're always trying to reduce that power where we can. I think we actually use less power now than we did in 2017, so there's a lot of work gone on to reduce that power, and of course that cost as well. But this also relates to our staff, our guests, making sure they're well looked after, and also our local community as well. We support a number of charities, both locally and nationally, and we're very proud to do so. We also have many mental health first aiders on site. We have eight.
The support that we give to our team is incredible, and we use that as part of the Paultons Promise to make sure that the guys that you saw today working burgers, working rides, all that kind of stuff, we really do try very hard to look after them, and that's all about the Paultons Promise.
And following on from this, some of you may have seen that we now have planning permission. In fact, I know some of you have seen that we have planning permission for solar carports, which will be covering our 2 car parks. So this is the Star Car Park and the Disabled Car Park. A fantastic scheme that we're really looking forward to getting started on. And the aim is to, hopefully, some parts of the year, supply Tornado Springs fully with renewable energy. So that's really exciting, something we're really looking forward to. And I think one of the few parts. The other thing this scheme will have is also a battery storage system. So this yellow box up here, where all the infrastructure goes back to, will be a large container full of batteries. About 30% of our power is used overnight. So any power that isn't used during the day will be stored and then reused to power fridges, freezers, anything that's on overnight, so we're not wasting any of the power. So it's a fantastic scheme. Looking forward to having it live, hopefully at the start of next year. Yeah, quite exciting. No great shock that our power costs went up a lot since the start of the energy crisis and the massive leap in power costs that we've all seen. We used to spend around £300,000 a year on power. That went to £1 million a year. So obviously a massive, great economical benefit for us in terms of cost saving, but a win-win because it's great for the environment as well. Another slightly boring but exciting to me. So I thought it's been about a 5-year project for me, so I thought, well, I've got an opportunity to tell everyone about it. So. Yeah, new 30-metre tall phone mast going in the corner of the car park. We know the signal here is pretty poor. Yeah. If you walk around, you'll often see someone hanging out of a window somewhere in an office trying to get a signal to do a call.
It's normally our commercial director, actually.
So yes, he can take calls indoors hopefully soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, going in the corner of the car park where that little red circle is, so keeping it quite a long way away from the park, but it should supply 5G and 4G signal to the local area and of course to Paultons as well. It's being built by a company called Freshwave. Yeah, as I said, 5G and 4G signal, initially hoping that Virgin Media, O2 and Vodafone will be on the mast, but obviously hoping to add more in the future as well. Very happy to have planning permission granted on the 5th of April and no real firm timescale on this at the moment, but we're hoping that it'll be live sometime in 2025, but I won't bore you with the world of telecommunications. So something else we wanted to touch on is our mission statements. These are at the forefront of everything we do and they haven't changed really since 2003. Every time we do something new, or even if we're just walking around the park, these are at the back of our minds. We're thinking about this every day, and if we see something that doesn't conform to these statements, then we go after it and we sort it out, because this is what makes the guest day so important and so special to them. As a family, as a board of directors, we're here, we're on site, we're walking around the park every day, making changes that directly impact the guest experience, and I think you've probably seen that, today. I know I've seen a few of you walking around, We're very on it, and we like to think that reflects in the guest experience as well. Similarly, sat behind all this is our core values, the 5 pillars that essentially hold up the park. Without one of these, or if one of these drops, then the whole thing drops. So we're always on these as well. Our guests, of course, centre everything we do, couldn't do it without them, but bottom right, one of the most important ones is our fantastic team of staff. All the way from management level down to our seasonal team. We are very lucky to have such quality people here at the park.
And some of the frontline guys come back year and year after year. Some of them have worked here for a very long time. Quite a lot of the team that you see managing our areas and outlets and stuff have started as frontline and worked through. It's something we're really keen on doing to promote within as much as possible and to develop staff members from the frontline up to senior team leader level supervisor.
Yeah, we're very focused on upskilling people, bringing them up through the ranks, because that's the best way to do it really. They know the park, they learn about the park, and as I say, we're very lucky to have them, and we try and recognise that as much as we can by investing in them, investing in their skills, rewarding them, and similarly with the seasonal team, we often do events in the evening similar to this, where we have the seasonal team and their families come and enjoy Tornado Springs for a night. You may have seen they went on Splash Lagoon earlier in the week, so little things like that. Gary gives out chocolate bars.
I do, and ice creams, particularly popular on hot days. Yeah.
So yeah, we like to look after our team because we couldn't do it without them. And in the middle we've got quality, something that hopefully we're known for. We understand that we're not the cheapest theme park in the UK, nor do we particularly want to be. We are a quality day out, and when you visit us, we're not going to charge you parking, you're not going to see any fast passes, everyone's going to have the same experience, and we can pretty much guarantee that. We're very good, our ride downtime, it's very minimal, the engineering team do a fantastic job of keeping all the rides running day in, day out, so when you come to the park, you know what you're going to get, and it's a fantastic day out. So what you've all been waiting for?
The camera's come out now.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Have we been live streamed? I imagine we probably are.
Hello, Mum.
Ghostly Man. I know some of you have already trademarked this name, so well done. Is our new ride for 2025, opening May next year. So what is Ghostly Man? So Ghostly Manor is our new immersive indoor attraction, set to open in May 2025. This thrilling ride follows the adventures of Dr. Kinley, a renowned ghost hunter. Currently, Dr. Kinley is in the North Pole on a quest to find the elusive ice ghost. In his absence, he has invited guests to explore his manor, which houses a unique exhibition of apparitions and haunted artifacts. However, during your visit, many of the ghosts that Dr. Kinley has captured over the years have escaped. He urgently needs your help to recapture them, armed with groundbreaking phantom phaser. You will need to shoot the ghosts lurking throughout the manor to secure them once more. But keep an eye out for OG, the most fearsome ghost in the manor. Recapturing him will require all your skill and teamwork. And in fact, I think we've got an incoming transmission from Dr. Kinley himself.
Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Nasty, what's wrong with this thing? Hello? Hello? Ah, there you are. Dr. Kinley here, calling from the North Pole in pursuit of an elusive ice ghost. My spectral security systems back at my manor have detected some unusual activity. I've gathered a vast collection of apparitions for an exhibition, but it seems the ghost containment systems might be failing. I believe you, enthusiasts of theme park adventures, could be in the vicinity. I urgently need your eyes and wits. If you're near my manor, watch for any unusual ghostly goings-on. Stay alert and check ghostlymanor.co.uk for updates. It's here.
We are very excited about this, very excited. We think it's going to be a fantastic attraction, something that we've never done before at the park, but of course something that we're going to try and do the best we can on, and we're really looking forward to showing you when it's open. Make sure you go to ghostlymanor.co.uk, sign up for the latest updates, but don't worry, we do have a little bit more to share on Ghostly Manor, including what exactly is the ride experience. So, as many of you know, this will be located inside the 4D Cinema building. The ride itself is a turntable with 5 sections, 5 ride carriages, and 4 people sat back to back. As you move through the ride, you will be spun and twisted into different scenes, a mixture of physical and digital sets, themed up into Ghostly Manor. And of course, the aim of the game will be to capture all the ghosts. These are some example scenes. Don't take these as exactly what's going to be in a manor, but they're just still some work to do on them as it stands. However, obviously, the aim of the game, accumulate a score which can be viewed at the exit of the ride by shooting the ghosts and capturing them. We've made sure to have a hybrid of physical content and digital content so that it's not all screens inside the ride. However, the digital content will be on 10-metre wide screens, so you're going to be very immersed and you're going to be quite close to them. So we're very excited about this. As I said, not something we've done before, but something I know a lot of you have been suggesting that we might want to do, and the 4D Cinema being retired was the perfect opportunity. We're lucky to have found the right ride system to go into that by about 15 centimetres, so it was just and we're really looking forward to opening it. But a lot of work to still be done on this, but we're hoping to install the ride at the end of the year, ready for testing and commissioning to get it ready for guests in May 2025. I had even more to show you. Of course, we're not going to be leaving the 4D Cinema external as it is, so this will be having the normal Paultons touch. And the front, this is a plan view, so you've got the 4D Cinema building at the bottom. We'll be making some changes to the roadways in this area, and guests will enter the ride from the main garden pathway. This will be themed up really beautifully, obviously landscaped by our fantastic team, into Ghostly Manor. Yeah, pretty exciting. And when it's all finished, it should look a bit like this. Ta-da!
I'm just going to say, we've got a fair bit of work to do there to switch that over. I don't know if any of you have seen any history of the park. It does bear a resemblance to the original Paultons Manor that was in the gardens. So we'll be creating that themed building, which is the front of the cinema, and then the buildings on the side with the queue line in front.
There'll be some changes to Show Street as it stands at the moment. Obviously, you've seen that we've ripped a lot of that theming off. We'll be sort of half closing Show Street as well, so we can really bring that into the area and really theme it, as Gary said, on the other side as well. Yeah. Could we have just maybe stuck a facade up and put a sign on it and opened it? Yeah, we could have done, but that's not what we do. We do things like this. It needs to be an immersive experience because that's what the guests demand nowadays. And yeah, as I said, cannot wait to get this one open. Really looking forward to seeing this one progress. And follow social media, head to Ghostly Manor, sign up for the updates. Yeah, really looking forward to it. There is one more thing. We won't be answering any questions on this one. As I said, you can ask questions, you won't be getting an answer. You'll have to come back next year and we'll tell you all about it. And that's the end of our presentation. We'd love to take some more questions. Where's Layla?
I'm here.
There you are. Wonderful.
Any questions? Stick your hands up. Okay, I'm going to run.
You're running. Would be the person furthest away from you, wouldn't it?
Of course.
We'll make sure the next person is back over here.
What is your name? I'm Ro. And where are you from? I'm from Reading. And what is your question? My question is, which, what are your favourite parks, like in Europe and beyond? And if you could bring a ride from any, if you could bring a ride from any of those parks, which would you pick to bring to Paultons? Wow.
I think my favourite park, my favourite park, I think it's the most rounded park, is Europa Park. It's a fantastic park. Obviously we know the match very well. But yeah, very good park. And in terms of ride, I think my favourite ride is Hagrid's at Universal. Fantastic ride. I'd love to bring that here. It's a perfect family attraction to Paultons, and obviously a very fun ride.
So in my personal opinion, I think 13 is in the wrong theme park. I think that should be here. I think it would be a great addition to what we do. My favourite theme park, is Portaventura. I absolutely love it. I don't know why, I do. I really love it. I've always had a great time whenever I've gone. But there is a special place in my heart for Universal in Orlando. I think that does some amazing stuff. So it's good to see that there could be one of those over here, and how that works would be really good for the theme park industry, I think. But yeah.
Thank you. Next question. What's your name?
Richard.
And where are you from?
Gloucester.
And what's your question?
Whereabouts is this 2026 ride?
Richard, there will be no answer to the 2026 questions.
We'll have to find out later on. Talk amongst yourselves.
What's your name?
James.
Where are you from?
Portsmouth.
And what's your question?
The Ghostly Manor for next year, what is the manufacturer for it, and is it a trackless?
We will be sharing more at IARPA in Amsterdam. There you go.
Very quick.
Sorry, so there's not really good answers so far, are there?
No.
My name's Ryan. Is there a plan to retheme the other end of the park where Cobra and the log zoom is, to like bring it up to like what you've done with Tony and
What's the key word in question? I think it's no secret that we're not going to start ripping Tornado Springs out of the ground, and we're not going to start ripping Pepper out of the ground. So yeah, you can safely assume that our next rider of will be somewhere that it isn't in this area of the park.
Hello.
Hello.
With Merlin opening different Peppa Pig attractions around the world,
Yep.
firstly, are you concerned? And secondly, how will this affect the future of the park?
It's a good question. So yes, Merlin will obviously open some Peppa Pig ride attractions, and they already have around the world. But we're very lucky to be the only ones able to operate one in the UK, and the majority of our businesses are UK based. So we are relatively relaxed about this. Peppa's still a fantastic brand, and very lucky to have her here at Paultons. But yeah, it doesn't concern us too much.
Hi, I'm Beth. Moving on from the Peppa question, is there anyone that you would want to bring to the park in future if your sponsorship with Peppa was to finish?
That's a good question. Peppa is still the most popular preschool brand, and no. I think we're obviously very happy with Peppa, and Peppa will be at Paultons for the foreseeable future.
Hello, Sam Costello, Paultons Park local from Kent. Bit of a spicy question.
We like those.
Is the edge a cred?
How long have you got? The event finishes at 11, doesn't it? Well, it is a disco coaster, so... I don't count my creds. I wouldn't know, so... I'm
Do not lie.
Yeah. Spreadsheets on spreadsheets. I wouldn't want to divide the crowd. I think a cred is whatever you feel like a cred should be, and if you want to add it to your list, you're welcome to. Not everyone has to agree with you.
Hiya, Chris Brown from Southampton. Obviously you guys are really well known for using your organic kind of content and non-IP brands other than Peppa Pig. Did you consider using any brands for your other areas such as Ross Kingdom or Tornado Springs?
I think we are very happy to keep on creating our own Paultons brands. It is a lot more simple. We have control of it as well. So no, not really. I think we do quite a good job at creating our own brands, our own storyline behind them, and I think you can all see that, and you've seen that with Ghostly Manor, and you'll see that with whatever we do in the future as well. So it's not in the consideration to add any more IPs to Paultons.
I think it's important for Peppa as well that
She stands on her own.
yeah, she's not diluted by too much going on around her.
Yeah, she's a big enough brand to
Yeah.
be here on us by herself.
Hi, I'm Tom from Oxford. I know it's a family-orientated park.
Yeah, it's been thought about, definitely. A lot of people ask why we don't have accommodation on site. We're lucky to have, as I said, being the New Forest, we have a lot of local hotels around the park. We're quite close to Southampton, and we partner with a lot of hotels locally that provide that accommodation. And we're good at running a theme park. We know running a theme park, a hotel is a big jump, or accommodation is a big jump for us. I won't say it will never ever happen, but at the moment there's no short-term plan for accommodation.
Okay, you've roughly got 7 coasters now in the park.
If you say, yeah.
Yeah. So are we looking to have the most coasters in the UK?
It's not something that we're interested in, having the most, having the biggest, having the best. We're very focused on the experience, and guests come to the park, and yes, we choose rides based on will the guests enjoy them, not based on it's going to be I won't say it. Hopefully that answers your question.
Hi there, I'm David from Reading. I guess my question would be, there's been a sort of noticeable step up in quality through areas through Critter Creek, Lost Kingdom, Tornado Springs. As you build those new areas to a higher standard each time, what sort of challenges does that bring from a perspective of how you then view the rest of the park and the sort of overall standard.
Yeah, we do a lot of master planning to ensure that what we're doing over here doesn't impact what we might want to do in the future over here. And to your question about upping the quality, I think we're always trying to one up ourselves, but that comes with cost as well. But yes, we are always trying to increase the quality of the theming around the park.
We learn a lot every time we do something.
Yeah.
And we always try to not make that mistake again. So I think when you look at Paultons, you can see that maybe we learned some lessons with Critter Creek. We didn't make those mistakes again, possibly in the next area, the next area, the next area.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and for example, when we did Farm by Flyer, we did that project pretty much solely in-house, the theming. That structure was built by our engineering team, as was the watchtower that you see in Splash Lagoon. That was all built and designed by our engineering team as well. So, we're getting better at doing things ourselves as well, sort of a bit of a Paultoneering department, you might call it. But we're very conscious on the cost of things as well. It's important. We're a business. We need to make money because we need to be able to reinvest and we need to be able to keep on operating. So that's something we're always aware of as well. So yes, you've got to really balance how high you go on the theming with how much it costs, but without detracting from the guest experience as well.
Hi, I'm Emily and I'm from the Swolds. I'll get a bit closer. I was just wondering, are you considering expanding the amount of merch you're doing at the moment? Because I'm entirely talking for just enthusiasts here, but we're obsessed with pin badges, and I've noticed there is such a lack of pins. I'm sorry, that's such an enthusiast moment, but yeah.
More merch. Marketing, more merch.
More merch, Ross?
Without a doubt, yeah.
I think we've got time for 2 more questions. I know there's a couple of hands up at the front. Here we are.
Guy down here.
Hi there, Lewis from Southampton. You've mentioned a few times how you're in the New Forest. Does that kind of give any difficulties or things you've got to think outside the box with that other parks might not have to do?
The biggest consideration for us is planning. We're lucky to have a lawful development certificate across the site, so we don't have to go planning for a lot of things. But if we ever want to do things, we are very conscious that we're in a national park and we don't want to detract from that either. So building a 45-metre roller coaster is not going to be possible at Paultons, but that's probably the biggest consideration. But I think the perks definitely outweigh the cons for sure, because a lot of people will travel just to the New Forest for a holiday, and we obviously benefit from that tourism as well.
Operationally, ducks are a bit of a pain, especially the seating areas and stuff. So, yeah.
We don't mind it.
Hello, I'm Andy from Cumbria. Would you consider ever building a Paultons Park up north?
Up north?
Up north.
Up north. Not something we've ever considered previously. Would we ever consider it? I think we're pretty focused on what we're doing here at the moment. That might be a bit too much for my brain to handle, to be honest. Another one. Yeah. Not at the moment, but never say never.
Just do this chap here. Thank you.
By special request. Oh, they answered the question. Can we give a big round of applause to Lauren?
The buffet's on until 8:30. What else have I got to say?
Silent disco.
Silent disco.
We were going to mention, actually, there's been quite a lot of questions today about wheels and stuff that we can buy. We sell quite a lot of stuff on our website, and that as we've been talking to people today about that they've not known that, so we wanted to tell people that you can buy coaster wheels and
shop.paultonspark.co.uk.
Yeah, Buffalo Falls boats.
Why not? Happy for your bedside table.
Amazing. So there's been quite a lot of questions about that. So.
Yeah. And thanks to all the staff and everyone staying late tonight to look after you. Hope you have a fantastic time at the time of this show. If you've got any other questions, Darren and I'll be around for a little bit afterwards. But have a great.
Did you guys want a picture? Is that right?
See you later. Thank you guys.